From the Huntington Bank Studio, this is Colts 360.
Tough loss to open the season, but the Colts looking to bounce back on the road. This is Colts 360. I am Lara Overton, joined by head coach Shane Steichen. Coach, it's week 2 of the season. I don't know about you, but it might take me 2 weeks for my voice to recover because I'm not sure if that atmosphere week 1 at Lucas Oil Stadium has ever been better.
It was great. The fans showed up and showed out, and that's what we need every week when we're at home, but they showed up, and it was impressive atmosphere for sure.
It was also impressive because you've talked so much about wanting to see that explosiveness within your offense. That's exactly what you wanted to see. Saw those big touchdowns, of course, from Anthony Richardson to both Ashton Dulin and to Alec Pierce. What were the good things, especially offensively, that you saw and you want to continue now building on as you go into Green Bay?
I think you hit it, being explosive on offense, pushing the ball down the field, but also getting those chunk runs too going forward. But to be able to have those 4, 5, 6 play drives instead of those long sometimes, you might have them, those 12, 13 play drives, but to get those chunk plays within a drive will change the football game in a hurry.
You were the play caller offensively, but we had a moment pregame where we saw quarterbacks coach Cam Turner have some time with Anthony Richardson. He's kind of hugging him, and he goes, "Just go have fun." Yeah. What dynamic have you seen those two establish that really helped set up Anthony for the type of day that he had, especially after not being on the field for 11 months?
Yeah, it's been great to see that relationship grow over the last 2 years, year and a half. But the way they communicate together in the quarterback room, on the practice field, it's been great to see.
For Alec Pierce, Ashton Dulin, 2 guys, long-awaited opportunities to get back into the end zone. How much does the confidence of that group grow off of a day like that?
I think it's huge. Like I said, you create the explosive plays, you get that thing going, the energy in that room, just from everybody, and everyone feeds off each other in that room, which is great. It's a great receiver room, and looking forward to more explosives going forward.
We saw your defensive front be really effective, especially in that first half, getting to the quarterback, 4 sacks in total on the day. And it was an array of guys, right, who were getting up there to C.J. Stroud. I talked with guys last week about the impact of Coach Partridge. And they said he's really given us a lot of confidence because he's challenging us to implement some new things into our toolbox, add some new weapons. What are you seeing from that group, especially with Coach Partridge? This is his rookie season in the NFL.
Yeah, no doubt. He's done a great job with that group in the whole. You know what I mean? Going through OTAs, watching him coach in training camp, and like you said, adding pass rush moves to their toolbox has been great to see. And to get 4 sacks week 1, we got to continue that trend going forward.
Don't want to overlook special teams, of course. We had so much talk, of course, about the new kickoff rules and all of that, but Shagun Alubi getting there, blocking that punt. How significant are plays like that in terms of helping momentum swing in your favor, especially when you're looking to going on the road in a hostile environment, the type of impact a play like that can have?
They're huge. Anytime you can block a punt in a game, that's a huge momentum swing. Obviously, you get the punt block, and then offense goes out there and scores on the very next play. So obviously being aggressive with our punt block team, going forward. Mason and Joe and Izzy, they've done a phenomenal job with that unit. We're looking forward to it the rest of the season.
Green Bay, famously a tough place to play. They're getting a little bit of extra rest. They played the Friday night game. They're in Brazil, but questions, of course, for them at quarterback. How different does this team look maybe without Jordan Love back there? Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see who obviously is going to get out there under center for them. So we got to be prepared for everything. Obviously, they're going to run their scheme, but they might have some wrinkles for us, whoever's out there playing quarterback. But we know it's going to be an electric atmosphere. Obviously, it's their home opener. So we got to be ready for the noise, but really looking forward to week 2 in Lambeau.
You've had a couple opportunities to play there. What stands out? What do you tell the guys who haven't had a chance to experience that environment?
Well, it's pretty interesting. I think the history, when you walk in there, you can kind of feel it a little bit. And then they got the long tunnel, this hallway, the tunnel, it's narrow, and all the players come down. It's almost like you walk single file for about 100 feet out on the field from the visiting locker room, which is cool. And then you can feel it in the locker room, obviously with Lombardi and all, Vince Lombardi. I mean, it's a cool place to go play for sure.
Is that one of those places that when you're a kid who grows up playing football, loving football, you always envision being there in that environment, throwing a touchdown, catching a touchdown, whatever it is? I'm sure for you.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. I remember coaching in there. My first year was 2012. I was at the Cleveland Browns, and I went out there for pregame warm-up and just kind of looked around and just kind of felt the history and the atmosphere in there. And you see all the names up, in the stadium. It's a fun place to play.
And it's a fun place to get a win.
That's right. That's the goal every week. We got to go in there and win.
Coach, appreciate the time.
Right,
thank you so much.
Just making plays, training camp, OTAs, all that. Just building trust and, getting them to trust us to be able to push plays down the field. It's been a big emphasis of us trying to be more explosive.
Third-year wide receiver Alec Pierce on the emerging explosiveness within the offense and how Anthony Richardson's deep throw ability positions Pierce for a breakout year. That's next on Colts 360.
This season, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is teaming up with the Colts to shine a light on outstanding small businesses. Indy's our hometown, and boosting local business is just one way we want to thank this great city. Go to Colts.com/Anthem Spotlight to nominate your favorite small business today. Anthem and the Colts, helping Hoosier small businesses score. Forte Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, proud orthopedic partner of the Indianapolis Colts. At Forte, fellowship-trained physicians and staff provide comprehensive, specialized sports medicine and orthopedic care to active patients of all ages. To learn more, visit forteortho.com.
On play action, backs to throw. He slips on the turf. Gets up, heaves it downfield, looking for Alec Pierce. He's got it! Touchdown! A bomb! 60 yards! Anthony Richardson to Alec Pierce. That's what you're talking about in the deep game. Touchdown! I-N-D-Y!
Let's go, baby! Come on! Hey, baby! Oh, we got our man! What I tell you? I told you, get your things ready!
Richardson, good protection, dancing in the pocket, launching for Alec Pierce. 50-50 ball coming up here, and he's got it! One more time, Alec Pierce delivers to the 15-yard line.
Fresh off a career day, we saw the touchdown, the 125 receiving yards on game day. But Alec, what work went in over the course of the offseason to set yourself up for the type of day that you had at Lucas Oil Stadium week 1?
Yeah, a lot of work between, one, really the team, building trust with the coaches, the quarterback, just making plays, training camp, OTAs, all that. Just building trust and, getting them to trust us to be able to push plays down the field. It's been a big emphasis in us trying to be more explosive. Just getting those opportunities, and then just, for myself, it was just knowing, like, when that opportunity comes, I got to be ready to be able to capitalize on that opportunity and make the play.
A stat from last year, there were only 12 players in the league with a minimum of 5 targets of 20-plus yards and not one target incomplete due to error. You were one of those, along like Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, like a ton of huge names. You mentioned the explosive plays. How well does Anthony's talent and skill set complement your ability in the passing game?
Yeah, obviously you can see from that first ball he threw me, that touchdown, like, not many people are making that throw, if any other quarterback. So he's just a guy that's going to be able to make every single throw on the field, talent-wise, throw the ball 60, 70 yards downfield. So it's fun to play with him because you can just, you just always got a chance. You just got to keep running and trust it and just know that ball's going to be up there and just run under and go make the play.
Especially impressive when he's even like a little off balance, like
yeah.
on that. But did you know that? And you probably didn't in real time.
No, I didn't. It took till like after the game. I think someone was talking to me about it, and they showed me the clip, and I was like, oh wow. Like I thought it was just a routine, like from the pocket, good like just easy pass. But no, it kind of slipped a little bit and was able to just get his feet set real quick and throw it off the back foot. It's wild.
So wild. And he's always one of the quickest to celebrate. You guys get to your guys. Another guy on the sideline who, I think ripped his headset off, Reggie Wayne. What have been the words of advice from your receivers, Coach, that, in terms of what we saw capitalize on Sunday?
Yeah, he's always been in my corner. He's been kind of telling me to just, hang with it, just keep working, keep getting better, keep proving every day. Working on the little things, getting better at little things, and he's talking this offseason. His big emphasis was saying, hey, with having 5 back at quarterback, we're gonna be able to take a lot of shots downfield and stuff like that. And he's like, he knows that plays into my game well. So Reggie's been great to me. He's been a tremendous support to me, always in my corner.
He's also a guy who had one of his career best performances against the Green Bay Packers in one of the all-time great comebacks for this franchise. So getting a few extra cues this week preparing for Green Bay, right?
Yeah, for sure. I need to go back and watch that. We watched that my rookie year. We watched that whole cut up of his plays.
The orange glove.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch that. That was awesome.
Especially fitting because although you are a kid from Chicago, you did not grow up a Bears fan.
No, I did not.
Your allegiance growing up was to the Green Bay Packers.
It was, yeah.
Why is that?
So my dad's family is from Milwaukee, so early on, I think my uncle took me up to Lambeau, and I was probably like 10 or 12 or something. And I just remember they played the Panthers. Steve Smith was balling out there, but yeah, it was super fun going to Lambeau, and I think I just always been a Packers fan since.
When you were that age, could you envision yourself one day being, playing in an NFL game at Lambeau Field?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe.
Well, you mentioned your father's family is from Milwaukee. Your grandparents actually live in a retirement community around that area, right?
Yeah.
We have some Colts watch parties happening in Packer territory?
Yeah. I think I have a bunch of family coming up for the game. I think a few of my cousins are coming up. My aunt and uncle live up there. I think my grandparents were going to try to make it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm sure they'll be watching at the retirement community. So
are they taking over? They're getting some horseshoes infiltrating, Packerland up there?
Yeah, I think they said there's a decent amount of Colts fans in there. Or I think a couple of people are from Indiana, so they have a good little Colts crew, and I think they watch the games.
They need an AFC team, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good allegiance. All right, you get in the end zone on Sunday. Lambeau Leap. Should we expect it?
Yes.
You heard it here first. Alec Pierce, Lambeau Leap.
Don't pour beer on me, please.
Well, however you choose to enjoy your game day, that is on you. The players, they have the option of choosing a lot of different ways to spend their time in the building, recovering, having fun with teammates. We go into the locker room, the training room, all of the different areas that the players use over the course of the week to get ready for game days like at Lambeau Field.
What's up, Colts fans? Julian Blackman here, safety for the Colts. I'm going lefty. As you guys know, we spend a lot of time here during the season. Cut that. And during that time, we try to do our best to rest and recover. And so we're going to go through that today.
That's it, JB.
And show you a little bit of what we do. That's fun. Next. Usually after walkthroughs, we'll come out here, play a little game of horse, watch people throw up a lot of bricks. Most of them are misses, but we like to have fun with it anyway. Yeah, the 2-day period when the hoop got broken, DBs were blamed for it. We probably did do it because we live above the rim, so it might have been us, might not have.
I'm not no snitch. I did the break.
We got to get the cameras, we got to get somebody to get some proof for that. A question might occur that, you're only in treatment or trying to do the best that you can to get your body right if you're injured, but that's not true. It's just necessary because, as we all know, football is a very physical sport, so the better you can stay fresh, the better for you overall for the long run. This is the recovery room. You'll come in here and you'll get a Normatec if you like that kind of recovery. It's just good for blood flow. It's basically like a flush without having to have one of our trainers do flush for you. It just compresses on your legs, and then it basically, once it releases, the blood flow goes through your legs, helping you circulate. Ooh, that sounds smart. You can also sign up for massages here. I do 3 personally a week, so I usually have one right after our game on Mondays, and then Wednesdays, and right before we travel or before we go to the hotel on Fridays. Lots of bricks, it's a lot of misses. We're in the locker room right now. All of us will be jumping on these anytime we get, really. As soon as we're in the locker room, you'll see us on there just shooting on these hoops.
Let's see it. He's talking. Anthony Edwards. Hey, you didn't get that. You didn't get that? You didn't get that, right? Go ahead, cut that. We're not using none of this tape, because as you can see,
The bank is open. The bank is open. This is where guys play cornhole. As you can see, it's right next to the hoop. Watch this. Somebody said air meal. Trash. You got the ping pong tables. Oh! This is where all the D linemen, they spend all their time over here They nice at it. I don't even mess with them. I let them have that. Got a lot of wannabe golfers on the team. Just tap it in. I'm one of them, and I'm terrible. But I love the sport. I feel like that's where a lot of us get to know each other really, on our off time. Because we do a lot of meeting time, and then in between those times, we're inside the locker room just playing all these games. And it's fun because you get to know people, and we just talk trash to each other, and get to know each other. So it's fun. So this is where everybody comes on the team, to be honest. We got the hot tub, cold tub. We use it pre-practice, we use it after practice. This is just another way to recover or to warm up. You got the sauna right here. We weigh in every week, so get in there and try to lose some weight if you're too heavy. You know who you are. It doesn't really matter what I start with, but I gotta always end cold. It's a sin if you get out the hot tub and just go to the locker room. That's crazy work. I'll go like 5 in the hot, 7 in the cold, and then I'll do that a couple times, but I always end in the cold, and then I'll finish up with some treatment inside of the treatment room. Let's go ahead and get out of here before that camera lens fogs up. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Get to know a little bit more of what we do on a day-to-day basis. I'll be seeing you guys later. I'm gonna get a quick shot though.
Redeem him. That's what I'm talking about.
Play action Richardson. Dancing in the pocket. Hurls it downfield. Crossing pattern caught. Colts have it. It's Dillon racing for the end zone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. He's in.
As the Colts head out on the road, voice of the Colts, Matt Taylor, provides perspective on the season opener and how the Horseshoes will build off what we saw in Week 1 with a tough test on the road. Coming up on Colts 360.
Enter now for your kid's chance to be Junior Blue at the next Colts home game. Visit Colts.com/Meyer Junior Blue to enter today. Snickers Rookie Mistake Program is back again this season. Learn how you could win Super Bowl 59 tickets at Snickers.com/NFL. It's time now for the Forum Credit Union Question of the Week.
When was the last time the Packers defeated the Colts? 2008. The Colts have won the last 3 games, including once at Lambeau Field.
Visit the Forum Credit Union fan forum section of Colts.com to interact with other fans online. Forum Credit Union, helping members live their financial dreams.
Ashton Dillon in motion to the right side. Play action Richardson. Dancing in the pocket. Hurls it downfield. Crossing pattern caught. Colts have it. It's Dillon racing for the end zone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. He's in. He's in. It's a 54-yard crossing pattern and a run after the catch for Ashton Dillon. Heck yeah. 22-19 after the quick 6 for Ashton Dillon.
Back now on Colts 360. You heard him on game day with the call right there. A couple different touchdown calls for the Colts offense. This is View from the Booth with voice of the Colts, Matt Taylor. Also his birthday this week, and he is celebrating by joining us on the show to provide some perspective going into Week 2. All right, Mayte, you play Wall Street? You a stock guy?
I have a guy for that.
You got a guy for that?
I got a guy,
okay.
yeah.
So we're playing some stocks a little bit right now. I want to know, first and foremost, the Colts stock that you are buying right now. This stock is hot. Buy now.
Yes.
Because it is only trending upward.
Get on the ground floor on Alec Pierce. He had a career high of 125 receiving yards. Larry, he had 2 catches of at least 57, and none more exciting than that 60-yard bomb from Anthony Richardson. We can all agree that's one of the most exciting football plays I think all of us have ever seen. But like I said all offseason, I don't think there's been any player on the Colts offense that's been more impacted with the quarterback carousel the last couple of years than Alec Pierce. We know what he can do. He had a great camp. He's stronger. He's faster. We know, just the impact he can make in pushing the ball down the field, which is so important. So really happy to see kind of the critics back off of Alec Pierce in week 1.
And so much confidence that it gives Anthony Richardson to know when he pushes it downfield, Pierce is going to be there to make the big grab.
I've never seen a guy have more success, 50-50 balls. I mean, it's that old, the volleyball skills that he had growing up, just being able to literally high point the ball, get the ball at its zenith, if you will, when the pass is coming to him. He has just great ability to box out defenders, make a play, and those were huge for the Colts.
All right, this is the stock that you're holding on to for the dividend and the payoff down the road. This is something that you were excited about, you were optimistic about, and maybe coming out of week 1, you need to be patient and hold on to this stock as we get here into Packers week, Bears week down the road.
Well, I've got 3 of them, and I know I got to go quick, but it's the rushing defense. The Colts. After week 1, I know it's a short sample size, small sample size, but they're dead last in the NFL in rushing defense. They gave up 213 yards to the Texans, $159 to Joe Mixon, and it was just the way it happened. It happened interior runs, outside zones. It happened on the edges. It happened on the perimeter. Really disappointed to see that by the Colts defense because I thought that was the one way the Texans couldn't beat the Colts. And that's exactly what happened. So really looking forward to that being improved. And then the rookies, Liatu Latu didn't show up in the box score at all. I know he had a tough matchup against Laramie Tunsil, but I think he's got a better matchup this weekend, so I'm buying stock there. And then also Adonai Mitchell, 1 catch for 2 yards, but he was targeted 5 times, Lara. And had they connected with him for big plays, I mean, those would have been touchdowns. So it was good to see him get clear separation despite not making a lot of big plays.
As we look ahead to Sunday, very few guys on this Colts roster have made a trip to Green Bay. Shane Steichen told us earlier in the show he's been there twice. You're one of the few guys on this roster that's been to Green Bay.
I have.
Your excitement to get back there to Lambeau.
Oh, it's one of the more iconic places to watch any professional sports game. I mean, I think it's the 3rd oldest professional sports venue in America. The Colts have only played there this upcoming Sunday will be just their 6th time ever playing at Green Bay since they moved to Indianapolis in 1984. So it's a great place to watch a game. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of tradition there. It's like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You turn the corner and boom, there's this cathedral for football just waiting for you.
It'll be my first trip to Lambeau Field. Cannot wait to get up to Green Bay. Everyone certainly tune in for all of the coverage. 9 hours of Colts coverage there on the radio broadcast with our whole crew there. We will be back here in studio next week, coming off that road trip, as the Colts will be back home next week to face the Chicago Bears 1 week from this weekend. So plenty of opportunities for the Colts to improve in the win column, and we will continue improving our view from the booth. For Matt Taylor, I am Lara Overton. Thanks for joining us on Colts 360.